Good evening, it's me, DjDoubleT, here and existing with some King of the Castle, because why? Because Chaos isn't here today. Actually, we play this with Chaos as well, but, you know, when usually it's on a solo day, I play with other people. That's really it. Other than that, let's load the game in. We're gonna continue with the Lilac Tomatoes Dynasty, and see where that goes. This is Monarch Santana II, and then, yeah, now it's just a waiting game. Hopefully get some lovely people joining, and other than that, potatoes. Potatoes. Hello. Buddy, do you remember how to play this game? Or how to join if you want to play? But if you've forgotten, if you want to play this game, all you have to do is type !join and you'll be put into a group. Alright, you're part of the Grannies of the South. And you can't pick the group because this is not like a new game. If it was like a new like beginning of the dynasty, you could pick. Or if you own the game, you can also pick apparently. That's what I found out. And now we wait for 2 other people. Then we can start even more. Now it's just like a lovely time of sitting and waiting. But how are you today, Bunny? Oh, hello, Kitty Cathy. Thank you for joining. You're part of the Chiefs of the North. What kind of work? If I'm being honest, I'm just here existing, being sore, because I forget if you were there on Tuesday, but on Tuesday I was doing a stream for my self-care stream, and I was working on this puzzle that's like right in the back on the floor, even though you can't see it and I'm blocking the camera. I have been working on it for like over 10 hours, and I barely just got the border done, and it pisses me off that I haven't been able to do that. Now we just need one more person, then we can start the game. Hopefully, like, yeah, no, it's a 500-piece puzzle, but what's really annoying about it is that some of the pieces fit very similar. Yeah, and that's totally fine. I mean, it's nice to see you. It's been a while. But it bugs me. It drives me so nuts because there's no photo for it, and some of the pieces are very similar to each other. And like, I thought I finished the border. I was like, okay, these pieces all fit together. It works. And then, as I was going through it, right, I was so angry. I was so disappointed because I had to rearrange the border like 7 different times, I think, in total. I think it's finally perfect now. But I have lost my sanity on it. And because it doesn't fit on my desk, I can't do it on stream. So like I'm just on there on the floor, and I'm like, my back. I've been bent over for way too long. I think it'd be fun if you had company or like good music and time to vibe. But if you want to just get it done, then it's horrible. Because the reason why I want to get it done is because it is known as the $2 million puzzle. It is a QR code basically by the puzzle, and then you have a chance of winning money for fun. And I wanted to try it. How did that go? Not the best. But enough about me, I guess. Anything you guys want to talk about while we're here and existing? I know that I can just ramble on about random topics, but yeah. Yeah, while I'm waiting, I guess I could eat a sandwich. Do I want a sandwich though? I'm thinking about it. I'm actually thinking about like, do I want a sandwich? No, I don't. I've already eaten half of it, and then I felt like I didn't want to eat any more of it, so I'll just chill off of it. hopefully we can find a count. But I hope, like, if we find another person, right, that they're not part of a group that we have already had filled, because so the puzzle I think was like a total of 35 USD, but you can buy it in bulk and it makes it way cheaper. But I wouldn't buy it in bulk, honestly, because after sitting there with just that one puzzle and getting like, I want to say almost 20% done, it's not worth it. It's not worth it alone. You'll lose it. Because this puzzle has made me doubt my life a little bit. I'm like, do you fit here? No, you don't fit here. Where do you go? How does it go? Help. I was thinking about character voices for today. Like, I think one day where if I feel like I don't want to do way too many voices like I usually have when it comes to characters, I think I would do all Valley Girls just to see what happened. What would happen if we had all Valley Girls in this Dynasty era, you know? That would be pretty funny. But also the chances of winning anything past $1 are very small. Like I calculated it, I think it's like 0.000 something. Because you can win 100, 10k I think, 100, 250, and then I think there's only two millions. It's funny what they call it a $2 million puzzle when it's really just a $1 million puzzle maximum. And it was also funny because I was sitting there just thinking about, well, talking to a friend, and they were just listening to me like really getting really excited. I was like, I found 4 pieces. These 4 pieces fit together. It makes me feel like sad, but it's an achievement, you know? A funny kind of achievement. Yeah, I thought I was doing so well. Like, get the border done immediately. But no, the border was put in wrong. Yeah, usually Tuesdays are my days where I don't have a game on the screen. It's just me, where I just do work. I chat with people. That's really it. And it's always nice. And also to have like some kind of music. I was doing work. It's like the day of like I take care of myself by doing like therapy stuff or journaling, and then doing whatever work I feel like I need to do, job applications, etc. And then whatever other tasks that I feel like I need to get done, like doodling or something. I am also sorry for the wait. Usually this is what happens. Especially because like I can't find one more person. Like you can find 2, but you can't find the last number. Also doesn't help that I stream late, so like around this time usually most people are asleep. Or preparing to sleep. Oh. Well, what do you need to make plans for? Well, what do you plan to make plans for, I guess? And honestly, that's also a mood. Because, like, I understand that, you know, sometimes life is just like, when you're sad, you don't want to do anything. And then especially if you can't retain the ability to do things for too long, it makes it way too tough. I get it. I know this wouldn't work for you or most people, but like for me, when it comes to like getting things done or to eat and shower and stuff, for me, what I do is like, do I feel hungry? Okay, we eat. Like, my mind is so simple. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness, Fenophenix for following. I appreciate it. Also, you are welcome to join the game. Oh, frick yeah. Yes, we got... Ow, my thumb cracked. Yes, we got the game started. Okay, we can start this. Ding ding. I gotta stop cracking my finger. So this is a game continuation, so if you realize your stats are way too high for one group, yeah. Okay, well, Katie, I can explain this game, or chat, if they've also played it before, they can also help as well. In this game, I play as a monarch who is trying to stay alive, have children, find a spouse, basically to live. You, Kitty, are part of a group. There's 3 different groups: chiefs, counts, and grandees, right? You are part of the chiefs. As the game progresses, you'll pick a goal to basically try to win. Yeah, that's like the gist of it. They're all trying to murder me, in a sense. Unless you are part of a group that put me into power last time, then that means you are... Sometimes they can be loyalists, but they all have their own agenda. Evil agenda. Well, not necessarily evil. No, listen. No. Okay, what do you mean, Fenomen? I don't think... Also, Fenomen, is it okay if I call you Fen? Just like for short? Or what name would you like me to call you? Just so... for future reference. Okay, cool. But yeah, it's a story-based game. There are things that with the kingdom stats, we have authority, treasury, and stability. If treasury hits 0, we kind of get overthrown, fail. But if we have authority and stability, those are also important. Then we also, every group has their own stats as well of trade, farming, military, faith, and defiance. The grandees are stacked at the moment, like 10 faith. It's a little high. Alright, let's go to the coronation. That's always the first thing that's very important to go through. Do I go depressed as usual? You know what, the Chancellor is done with everything. Your Majesty, it was an honor to serve your parent, but now it's your turn to wear the crown. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Okay. What kind of personality should I have for you this time around? Does that mean you joined again? No, you're still part of it. You're fine, Fen. You're still part of the counts. Let's get this over with. Shall we call the nobles in? What kind of coronation should be held for the new monarch? Veto? No, sorry. Oh. Alright, so, Kitty, for this part, it is a voting section. Once I click start vote, you can pick which one you would like. Oof. Oh dear. Do you want me to like restart the game? I can also restart it so that it can function for you. But yes, so in order to vote, if you want to vote for whenever I click start vote, you'll click exclamation mark vote and then space A, B, C, D. That's how you pick your choice. You have 30 seconds to pick your vote, but there is always a delay with stream, so think wisely about what choice you would like, and then I'll start the vote. In 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. Okay. I can always tell you what your funds are every now and then if you need me to check, because I have the button. Oh, a three-way tie. All right. Voting tied at 1. Okay. Proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the ninth god. C. Throw the monarch into the river. Or D. Troops shall bear the monarch through the streets atop a shield. Fen, you are right. It is tradition. It is tradition. So these things all affect certain stats. That raises up faith. Faith is already high enough as it is on one of the groups. Hi, Lake Luck. Thank you for joining. You are part of the counts as well. Yeah, I'll throw myself into the river. I nominate to throw myself into the river. But how does it going? It is decided. The monarch will be thrown in the river. People are so boring. What? What kind of coronation is that? Let me get changed out of my nice robes. And so it begins. And so it begins. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. Huzzah! When you climb back up the banks, soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or are some of the nobles stifling giggles? The Path to Victory Council Introduction. Council Introduction. Always gotta introduce the council. Now that you're the monarch, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Alright, to the Chiefs of the North. Alright, Kitty, this is your character. By the way, for everybody who is new or hasn't played this game with me before, please tell me how you would like to be voiced. Because this time, or in this day, I'm allowing everybody, as usual, to pick their voice. So, Kitty, what kind of voicing would you like your character to be? Or at least attempt it to be, because I'm not perfect when it comes to voicing. Oh, what's a hot voice? Oh no, oh no. I hope you know when you said a hot voice, I thought immediately of like something super obnoxious. Okay. Good luck in the days ahead, your greatness. You'll need it. We're dealing with us lot. Introduce yourself to the Counts of the East. Alright, Lake. How are we voicing to you today? Okay. Alright. A likely story. Ah, an honor to finally make your acquaintance, your grace. I was dismayed to hear of your parents' passing. I was distracted by shiny jewels or something. Introduce yourself to the Grandies of the South. Alright. And then, Nappy, you're part of the Grandies as last time. And then... Bunny, how do you want to be voiced? This is your character. Yeah, Nappy spent too much money last time. And if you can't think of any character voice, I can always make up one on the spot. Let's see what else. Ah. May the ninth gods bless your reign. Your Highness, I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith and poise. Good enough? And with that, introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue. Also, I will forget voices at some point in time because there's too many voices. The voices, you know. Is this what your parent fought so hard for? The path to victory. Your Majesty, you have some big boots to fill, and with your your parents out of the picture, the nobles will be looking for any opportunity to replace you. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? I've already done faith before. How is our other stats doing? Ooh, we could do farming. We could do trade. You know what? Let's have farm. I want food. This time we're having food. Today's our food mode. Please. Bunny, please. No, not right now. I can't. No. Interesting. Are you concerned for the welfare of the commoners, or are you just hoping for a favorable passage in the history books? I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall farming to as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. And with that, we end the season. Dong. Get Karzak of the Fenn Dynasty, eccentric political fixer, leans delicately on a podium, sighing. Oh, I don't even have water with me today. Alright, be right back. There's been a hydrate button. We gotta find water. Where's my water? I had to fight a crocodile for what I needed. Alright, we will find something. I'll be right back again. Sometimes I don't have things on the ready. Sorry about that. Let's see. Where do I find this place? Here? There we go. We have a little apple bird today. Oh. Now why are you saving for 1,000? Oh, 100,000. Oh. No, no. Oh dear. What kind of place should... Oh, I didn't even drink water. I just got it. My fellow counts, in ancient times, this was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false monarch Santana II wears the crown. Also, Lane, sing a line, I believe, is you'll type whatever you want me to sing it real quick. Or is it... Let me actually... It's been so long since I've looked at these things. There might be something in the description. Oh, yes. Oh, this is for the counts, by the way. This is for your vote. Sorry about that. Before you've clicked like the options for any of the buttons or rewards, they will tell you, I think, ahead of time, like, yeah, sing a line, write an appropriate line in English, and I will sing it for fun. So always make sure to check the descriptions. But if you want to type a line for me to sing in the future, I can do that. Voting has closed. Alright, doppelganger time. The Counts plan to swap the real monarch for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. Hello, Hatbun. Welcome. You are part of the chiefs today. But yes, Bunny, if you just type out a line that is appropriate that you want me to sing, and I will try my best to sing that line. Anyways, to advance their scheme, the Count's supposed to keep Defiance at 4 or less in 4 seasons. Since, you know, you redeemed it, and I want to give you credit for it. Lagertha of the Hatbun clan, charismatic political mastermind, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, spitting as they speak. Ah, chiefs of the north, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter, Monarch Santana II. How do we make this happen? Alright, this is for you chiefs, for Kitty and Hatbun. You'll vote for A, B, or C. And if anybody needs a little thing of, if you've never played this before, I'm willing to always explain. There's a button. There's a person. Yes. Oof, that came in like the last second. Sometimes there's always a delay between chat and this, and so sometimes I'm like, oh no, it's rang. And then the vote goes through. I'm like, oh, you guys went through. Congrats. Anyways, the chiefs plan to realize an ancient northern prophecy before the new queen rises. The kingdom will be ruled by a mad tyrant. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must raise authority to 5 or more in 2 seasons. Wow, just giving them their goals. Oh, everybody's just getting their goals. Cool. Pasquale of the Nampi lineage, infamous southern mischief maker, stands bathed in sunshine, ranting in a fury. Ah, a false pretender occupies a throne, while my claim is ignored. Ah, grandees of the south, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Alright, this is for you, grandees. That's Nampi and Bunny. Alright, we're raising authority. Cool. Voting has closed. So are we gonna have like an imbalance? Okay. Nope, they're both raised. Okay. Alright. The grannies plan to make a bargain with the wizard. These immortal spellcasters seldom get involved in political squabbles, but perhaps if the monarch was considered a threat to their autonomy, to advance their scheme, the grannies must raise authority 5 or more in 2 seasons. Only 2 seasons. Yeah. Alright, these are all the schemes. What kind of... okay. We have Lagertha, the bastard offshoot, Karzak, the long-lost nephew, Pasquale, the treacherous half-brother. Oh. I am part of the King of the Castle Discord, but I didn't know I could actually do that part. I think where would I advertise that, I guess, in the future? And then, what was I doing? Oh, there is a channel for it. You know, it's like King of the Castle is somewhere in there, but they all have like this like lock on them, so I thought that I couldn't access them or something. Or couldn't say anything. That's why. Oh, so Bunny wants me to say that because they redeemed a single line. You look like a very pretty stranger. That what you wanted me to say? In like a singing voice. But our acronym for today for everybody's goals is PDS. Oh. Oh. Okay. But PDS, police departments, I guess. That's oh, nothing fun. I remember we had like mum. Those were fun. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Alright. And this is where I get to pick my little role. My law? Yes, my law. See, I feel like this is evil when it comes to stream because there's already a delay, so it literally gives everybody like 5 seconds. You know what? Bribery. Because some of you are broke. Ah. Oh, thank you, Sean, is the name for following. And welcome. No, I'm not evil. I'm a lovely ruler who cares about their people, who wants them to have food. Unlike the nobles who are not doing anything good besides wanting the throne for themselves. Just saying. Also, let's see. Sean's the name. You are part of the Grandees today. The new law basically means that I pick a choice that I want, right? And if you guys vote with me, you guys get 500 coins. Because everybody has a certain amount of money that they can use, and the money is later for later. Oh, sorry. Is later used for auctions. And no, Bunny, no, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Next thing you know, I'm gonna have Nappy screaming arson in the background. I think it is available in other languages. I'm not certain. Fen, do you know? An exotic plant, the honor guard, and an invitation. The honor guard. Good news, your majesty. I have received a vision. I saw, bathed in holy light, blades and missiles crumbling to dust before they could reach you. You do not need to recruit an honor guard. The ninth god will shield you from all harm. I've never seen the knight protect someone from a sword through the chest. You need tangible guards, Your Majesty. Marshal, you gotta stop chain smoking. Okay. You know what? I've already seen all of these options, so we're gonna say I have made my decision. I await your verdict with bated breath, Your Majesty. I've already lived without an honor guard, but the defiance is okay. Today, actually, chat. Why should I pick your groups as military? Oh. That's true. That's true. Wait, what do you mean, Sean? What do you mean don't? Don't pick military? You're military? Okay. Okay. I think my choice will be the Northern Warriors. I haven't seen it. I wouldn't know. But we'll go with the North Warriors. We'll make the arrangements at once. Foolish! Do you not trust in the protection of the Ninth? The kingdom grows more faithless by the day. The warrior heroes arrive a few weeks later. They swagger in with big grins and bigger axes, belching and singing and roaring out unsavory jokes. One of your courtiers faints. Alright, an exotic plant or an invitation? You know what? An invitation. Sean is the name. How would you like to be attempted to be voiced today? What kind of voice or sound would you like? If you don't care, you can also tell me you don't mind, and that I can just do whatever. Oh, thanks, Sven. Actually, what's funny is that I found the right the right channel for it, and then I saw you post it. I was like, oh, someone did it. Thanks, Sven. All right, you don't mind? All right. Your Majesty, it is my singular honor to invite you to attend the annual Night of the Seven Fire celebration. Do I want to make people angry? You know what? I look forward to attending. Praise the Ninth. I trust you are willing to finance and organize one of the pyres. It is customary for the monarch to do so if they are in attendance. No, I wasn't. Okay. I'll make sure it's a night to remember. I look forward to it, Your Highness. An exotic plant. Granny Sean is the name. It strides into the council chamber brandishing a clay pot from which grows a long leafy plant with floppy yellow flowers. Our expert farmers have discovered a new kind of plant, Your Highness. Just saying. I thought you might like to name this exciting new discovery. Ooh. Okay, Timian's Bane, Geranium, Royal Ivy, Planty McPlantface. I'm not a botanist, name it yourself. I want Planty McPlantface. It sounds so dorky. Planty McPlantface. Ah, descriptive. I like it. This stuff grows wonderfully fast. It tastes horrible, but the farm animals don't mind. I suggest we grow it in the south as livestock feed. Or perhaps it would make a nice addition to the palace decor. What should be done with the newly discovered plant? A. Seize the plant-based crop from the grannies and plant it in the palace. B. Cultivate it in the south. Or C. Ban the crop. It could be dangerous. Alright, guys, if you vote with me, you guys get 500. I think that's enough incentive. Just saying. We'll start the vote in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. Vote with me, you get money. What are you talking about, Fen? You definitely need my money. With money, you can buy money. Yes. Voting has closed. Oops. Well, I didn't mean to skip that far, but you know. Southern farmers plant fields of plant face to support their livestock. It spreads alarmingly fast, and the pastures become known as the planted plant face sea. Villagers claim you could walk for a day and not reach the end. you know, Kitty. The funny thing is that your guys' faith was super low last time we played, and it's at 0 still. Alright, and then that's it. We end the season. Alright, it is time for an auction, people. If you have not been to an auction before, an auction is a thing where you can spend your money, which is on the right side of the screen, or really quickly over here, just so if you guys see it better. And if you can't see it well enough, I can also tell you, or use the extension to know how much money you have. But you use that money to fund different things. Whatever's in blue affects stats in blue, the chiefs, purple, the counts, and yellow for the grandees. Certain things that are stability, authority, and treasury will affect whatever is within the kingdom, but most things affect other people's stats. So if it's down, it goes down. If it goes up, it brings it up. And yes, I can wait, Kitty. But interesting. But if you want to fund stuff when the auction has started, you'll type in !fun space ABCDEF and then space again for how much money you want to spend. Oh dear. And Lake is super rich from our last game. I forgot exactly why Lake is super rich, but Lake is super rich, guys. But other than that, we'll start the auction in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. You have 60 seconds. So you don't have to spend all your money at once. You can spend the 1 coin, you can spend 500, you can spend as much as all your money in one go. It all depends on what you feel like. And whatever is the top 2 that has been funded, gets funded. What are you guys funding? What are you guys doing? Oh, okay, I see how it is. Oh wait, no, I understand why you're doing it. I understand why you're doing these things. Ooh. Halfway point. This is like a spicy auction. Things are going back and forth. Spend your money. Spend it all. Well, you don't need it. It's for the great of the kingdom. Wait, I'm not playing Maniacal. Never mind. Spend your money, you know? Buy things, fund it, make it built, make it happen. Alright, time's up. Buildings funded. Alright, we funded the theater, so that lowers the authority by 1. And we also funded a deer park, so less farming for the chiefs. Wait, what? Why? What? Kitty? Why would you fund less farming for yourself? Also, Sean, you're still part of the game, so you're fine. Unless, did you need to rejoin? Oh, a dynasty event. A namesake returns. A namesake returns. And then finding a spouse, and then pillar of the community. Let's find a spouse. Oh. Oh no. It could be that you, like, spaced out the fun part. Like, it's always really picky of, like, you know, how things are spaced within typing. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference, men women who do not mind. I am not interested in love. Wait, actually, did I do that last time? I remember I did it last time at some point. It's fine. Are you sure, Your Majesty? Nobles will be most upset. Surely it behooves you to look at some other options. Fine. I suppose it won't do any harm. Unfortunately, harems aren't available in the system. I actually did survive as an aromantic monarch, and I think also without an honor guard at some point. But thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Alright. Let's check the Pillar of the Community. For the community. Alright, Hatbud. I don't remember if you told me what type of voice you would like, but what kind of voice would you like? And let me see if I can scroll and find it. If not, I'm so sorry. Alright. Your Greatness, I regret to have to bring this matter to you, but there's no other way. We've been tracking a northern criminal who's wanted in conjunction with a number of high-profile incidents back at home. We thought she'd slipped the net until recently, when we discovered that she fled into the east a number of years ago. Oh dear. But the council are refusing to let us investigate. Who's this criminal? We don't know her real name, but the council called her Cutthroat Sally. She's lied, cheated, and murdered her way halfway across the north. Fen told me what they wanted, and I've already forgotten. Fen, what did you want? And how do you want it? My arms are still sore. They should not. Like, my chest is still sore from doing only like a couple of push-ups that other time. Speak how they look. Wait a moment. Are you talking about Laughing Sally? Well, actually, she's a pillar of the community back in Rudgrad. Actually, she arrived a few years ago from the north and used her wealth to invest in local businesses and set up an orphanage. Everyone loves her. Nappy, I don't think I'm ready for that as a reward just yet, because I'm still sore and my body does not want to do it. It's just saying, like, moving my arms in this, like, duck position is already, like, pain. I'm sore. I don't think I did it correctly. Surely you jest. Laughing Sally. This woman is a bloodthirsty criminal and must be punished. Noodle arms. I got noodle arms. They're like dry. Well, they're not dry because they're moisturized, but should Laughing Sally be extradited to the north to face justice for her past crimes? Send Laughing Sally back to the north. Allow Sally to stay in the east under the protection of the counts. Or summon her to the capital to answer to the monarch's justice. We'll start the vote in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. These all seem like there might be horrible decisions. To whom? To whom? Why must Sally answer? Sally, can you hear me? Knock knock or something. Alright, voting has closed. But actually, Laughing Sally sits my cat every Wednesday. Who's going to look after pussykins now? Not pussykins. Rat! Sally want a cracker? Well, I'm sorry, Count, but she needs to face justice. The families of her victims deserve that much. The council's decision paints you as a fair and just monarch, but without Sally's money and influence, several businesses in Rutgrad go bust. You know what, Sean? Totally fine. Alright, a namesake returns. Hello, Caustic Caffeine. I thought it said Caustic Coffee, and I read it wrong. But you are a part of the Chiefs today. You're with Hat Blunt and Kitty. Your Majesty, you must recall that your predecessor, Santana, allowed a child from the south to take their name. Okay. Why bother with such a thing? Santana always was sentimental. I remember that. I suppose it was a gesture to pacify the grandees. I remember that. Yes, you would have been rather young, but it wasn't so long ago. The stats in this game, I think right now are really high. Like, the grandees are stacked. Like, if they got military, they have all the stacks they want. But, in any case, we've had word from the south that this child has reached adulthood. What are they up to? I hope it's good news. They better not research their name. I hope it's good news. Young Santana has become a notable bard, traveling all across the kingdom, but they're quite the, how do you say, a rabble-rouser? Apparently, they've been stirring up discontent against the royal line. I wonder if it would be wise to just curb their activities. What is happening over there? What should be done about Santana and the treasonous bard? Let them sing? It's a free kingdom? Pass a law making it harder for bards to travel from town to town? Or C, invite this bard to play at the palace in return for toning it down? Vote with me, get more money. Ding ding. Voting in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. Hi Volptic. Happy to see you around. You got time to join today? Or just stopping by? Oh, you do. Alright. Then you are part of the Counts. The Counts are, I think, are all people who own the game. Kinda cool. Oh, that was really close. Thank you. Voting has closed. Oh, I didn't even want trade. That's right, I want farming. Oops. Oh well, let them sing. It's a free kingdom. You know what? First Amendment, I guess. Santana the Bard continues their subversive songs and gains quite a following. Visitors flock to the south to hear them play. Hopefully the next musical fad arrives soon, and Santa's shoved aside. Alright, and that's the end of the season. Dong. Interpreting the prophecy. Far to the north, where snows blanket the landscapes and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs uncovered an ancient prophecy foretelling the rise of a tyrant monarch, and the warrior who will overthrow them. This isn't what the prophecy said would happen. Right. Oh, wasn't there supposed to be a tyrant monarch? Something about drowning the kingdom in blood. Keep your hat on. We're not there yet, but they need a bit of encouragement, that's all. A few more executions, unjust imprisonments, that sort of thing. When the prophecy will be fulfilled and Lagertha will rise. The chief's aim is to raise authority to at least 5. Oh, my authority is just falling. You know, I'm literally just causing you guys not to reach your objectives a little bit. Oh dear. Down in the south, Granny Nappy is practicing their swordplay, cutting a dummy 2 ribbons. How did I voice Nappy today? Nappy, reminder. I need a reminder because I've forgotten. And I don't know why I've forgotten. Honestly, I feel like today's episode is Forgetful DJ. Well, any luck finding a wizard to aid our causes? Or a cause? I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm just forgetful today. Bunny, reminder too. Okay, right. Alright, I can do that. For Nappy next time, and then... Nay, I'm afraid not. Monarch Santana II is weak, and the wizard is satisfied that they needn't worry about royal meddling in their affairs.
By the ninth, we must try harder, right?
Granny's aim is to raise authority to 5 or more. Or how's everybody's happiness at the moment? Oh, okay. Cruel tax? More tax? You're all fine. And then, you know what? Regular tax? Wait. Oh, that's bribe. The other way around. Other way around. No, I can't read. It's fine. See, I think of cruel taxes down and the other way. We're fine. I got it. Nothing. Eligible options. I have found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. And a partner for life and to have it to hold. Don't forget. Indeed, Your Majesty. It's fine. You guys are happy. Nothing too bad. Oh jeez. The chancellor leads you to the Great Hall, where they've arranged 3 portraits and easels. Free now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright then, let's see the eligible candidates. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Lascal, the firstborn son of the Northern Costa Caffeine clan. From what I've heard, he knows exactly what he wants and will do whatever necessary to get it. I've heard he spends most of his time playing cards or making wagers with friends and hangers-on. People say he nurses a grudge, though. I can see the appeal, I suppose. This is Desdemona, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Simply Voltic dynasty. Apparently, they had a hell of a time getting her to smile for this portrait. See that beautiful fur coat she's wearing in the portrait? Wolf pelt, hunted it herself. She's always planning something, they say. Schemes within schemes. Okay. And finally, from the south, Ophelia, the eldest daughter of the Sean is the name lineage. She's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? What kind of food is a question? She's gotten in trouble with the Inquisition for her interest in potion brewing and the occult, but shows no sign of quitting. There are rumors that she's obsessed with avenging an old slight on her family honor. Okay. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. We talking instant noodles? We talking about like pad thai? We talking about jjajangmyeon? Anyways, I have made my decision. Well, I think I'll pick Ophelia of the South. Time to make other people angry. Sort of. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. Not like that I want to, but because I have to. Ooh. Okay. Sounds lovely. I don't know why, but when I see Ophelia, and I saw it just typed like that, I thought of Activia, but pronounced like Ophelia. Towering Vines.
Our lovely planty McPlant face is flourishing, which is wonderful, but a few naysayers are concerned. Which is ridiculous. The vegetation only swallowed a few villages. It's perfectly fine. Should the thriving plant be encouraged or controlled? Let the planty McPlant face flourish. Offload the excess planty McPlant face to Ashmead, or C. Order southern farmers to manage its growth. Well, why don't we just vote for this? Alright, we'll start the vote in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. We have 100% farming. Might as well be successful. Imagine failing at 100% chance, though. You need a 101% chance to be successful. Alright. Ding ding. The farmers of the south try to keep the planty McPlant face in check. It's hard work with the scent from the blooms causing euphoria from then exhaustion, but the swamps of the stuff are under control for now at least. Oh, guys, you're not getting money. It's so there's Monarch's Choice, right? I didn't use the one with bribery, just to say. So there's no money for you guys. Contested wreck. Alright, Caustic, how do you want to be attempted to be voiced today? Or what kind of voice would you like? And if you don't care, I can totally just... Oh! Alright, how do I do flamboyant? Ah. No, you're Patrician, no! I like Patricia's colors, I don't like them as personality. I think that's why I don't have them here at this moment, because I had enough of them already. for enough of a playthrough for a bit. Oh, an opportunity, Your Highness. A Kurth ship sunk last week just off the coast. I must request a permission to salvage the wreckage. Kurth vessels are always full of valuable things. I really have to actually get into character for that. Wait. All right. It might be off your coast, but in our waters, I want a cracker. But by the 9th, in fact, it's closer to our city of Serenza than any of yours, right?
But you ceded those waters years ago in exchange for the chest of silver. You having money problems, don't you remember? You know what? I could understand with your bird brain. Greatness, esteemed council, but don't let this liar fool you. What should be done with a Kurth shipwreck in the waters between the north and the south? Allow the chief to salvage the ship. B. Allow the grandees to salvage the ship. Or C. Salvage the ship but return any bounty to Kurth. Or D. Leave the wreck alone. We'll start... I'm just gonna use that one. We'll start the vote in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. %70 chance. Or D. Leave it alone, but our authority's kind of low with the 40%. Oh? Okay. Now, I'm surprised the grandees are voting for the chiefs and not voting for the grandees. Interesting. Voting has closed.
Right? What? Oh, but it's in our waters.
Alright, a lot of defiance has gone down. Well, moreover, the council word is final, isn't it? Ooh, the operation goes ahead and yields a great bounty for the chiefs. Spices from Atesh, Salish pearls, and a strange music box that sends everyone to sleep. Not that that could be anything horrible later on. And some of the chief's wealth has increased. I don't know by how much, but you guys got money. And then, that is the end of this season. Dog. By royal decree, we can tweak the laws, as usual. You know what? I'll take this one for once. I'll give you guys the option of, changing your votes. Okay, devotees of the leaves, the Knight of Seven Pyres, and the royal wedding. Alright, let's get my wedding out of the way. Your wedding to Ophelia is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Ophelia at your side. Alright, chat. I'm giving you guys an option for this voice. Do I do the usual voice, or do I do something different today? I know what Nappy's referencing. I know what Nappy's referencing. Alright. Alright, I think when you say anime voice, but you also say Alright, I think we're sticking to like sort of the old voice of what was it? No, okay. Okay. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wife? I do. Then I pronounce you married in the eyes of the kingdom. I hate this voice. The funny thing is that it happened last week when we streamed this with Chaos. The Archbishop used to be a high voice, and then Chaos suggested that that I should do like a certain voice where all the R's are like more W's, and I there's a whole bit about it. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, I'll dance. At the feast, your new wife Ophelia delivers a long, rambling speech that puts everyone to sleep. By the time you find yourself alone with Ophelia, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired.
Oni-san. Anyways,
What a wonderful occasion that was. A shame that tradition demanded we marry in St. Bertrand's Cathedral. I can assure you the temples down in the south are much grander. Welcome back, Ven. I hope you're not feeling homesick already. Let's focus on the positive, shall we? Oh, don't worry. I always make the best of things. It can be tough being as gracious as I am. Tell me something you're passionate about. Up on the altar. Okay. What are your thoughts on the state of the kingdom? Well, you know, the kingdom looks after itself. Ophelia immediately changes the topic to talk about something she's more interested in. In my spare time, I tinker with some very complicated science stuff. I won't get into it, though. You wouldn't understand half of it. That's so interesting. It is, isn't it? Anyway. To continue on the subject, you gently fall asleep to the sound of Ophelia droning on about herself. I've done the other twit before. I've actually gotten divorced before. But that's another situation. Devotees of the leaves? Ooh, let's go to the Knight of Seven Pyres. You know, we haven't spent any money yet for the treasury. I just realized. Anyway, it's not long until the Knight of Seven Pyres. As you journey south, the sun beats down like a hammer. Granny Sean is the name, and meets you at the gates to the city of Sarna.
Glad you can make it, Your Majesty. Welcome to Sarna.
A beautiful place you have. Here, yeah. Oh, I know.
The whole city is excited to have you here, Your Majesty. The citizens cannot wait to see your pyre burn. You will provide the surrounding entertainment and arrange the event's spectacular climax. But first, Which of the deposed gods' effigies do you want to be responsible for burning?
We've done I think we've done the 7th god. I think we've done the 6th god. You know what? Let's go for a drowned lady this time.
An excellent decision, Your Majesty. Traditionally, the third god's effigy is over 50 feet high and burned in the harbor on a platform above the waves. Now, what kind of entertainers will you be hiring to surround your pyre and impress the spectators?
Hmm. Let's just keep it simple. We'll have some lion tamers.
A spot of danger should keep the peasants interested. You'll need more than that to draw a crowd, however. Who else? And then acrobats, trapezing above the roaring flames, enough to even make a stone heart sing. Anyone else?
That's it. Oh, okay. I'll get clowns too.
I must admit, Your Holiness, the things horrify me. But it is your decision. With all those entertainers, your pyre will be quite the spectacle.
That's all.
Your work is not done yet, Your Majesty. You must decide on the pyre's spectacular climax. Sometimes we go with fireworks, but those are expensive. The black powder must be sourced all the way from Kurth. A less exciting alternative is to topple the effigy over like a falling tree.
We will fill the effigy with an obscene amount of fireworks. Oh, that's an option this time? You know what? Hey, we get arson, we get arson. We will fill the effigy with an obscene amount of fireworks.
Oh, well, wonderful, Your Majesty. Your pyre will culminate in a stupendous fireworks display, unlike any the world has seen before. I will make the arrangements at once.
See that you do.
Soon the night of the pyres
is upon you. The streets of Sarna are crammed with merrymakers. As the royal stagecoach makes its way to the harbor, the citizens greet you with cheers and toss roses. The effigy of the effigy of the third god towers over the laughing waves. A 50-foot woman with an expression of woe as it bursts into flames. Out come your acrobats, clowns, and lion tamers. Hi, Seitu. Seitu, you are part of the chiefs today. And I think we also lost a grandee though, so then it's 2 versus 3 versus 4, kind of. Yeah, well, thank you for stopping by. You can anxiously wait for the crowd's reaction. So, it's based on, like, it's randomized, so they give you, like, a character, and then sometimes the female characters, or more female-presenting characters, could have, like, more mask haircuts, because those are options. Oh, Seitu rich? Oh yeah, Seitu is rich. Anyways, the clowns honk and squeak, the lions pose and prance and leap through hoops overhead. The acrobats glide above the flames like doves, and the crowd applauds, delighted at the sheer spectacle. Finally, your effigy detonates. The dark sky is filled with bangs and whistles in 1,000 colors. The nearby ships look distinctly flammable. Hopefully, nothing will go wrong. Well, before your horrid eyes, a misfired firework lands among the fleet which is moored nearby. Dozens of warships go up in flames as the townsfolk watch in horror. Seitu, yeah, this is an old save. I believe that was for last time when you joined briefly, like at the very end. By the time the sun arises, a team of Twisted Fire started. You burn down the city in the night of 7 fires. Let's go. A team of brave volunteers are still fighting the fire. You slink off back to the capital Shamefaced as the grandees bitterly call for you to apologize for ruining their holy night. Oops. And then last one of the season, Devotees of the Leaves.
Your Highness, it's a disaster. After we called the Planty McPlantface, some misguided souls have set up camp in the remaining patches. They say it's unjust to destroy it, and it can be kept in check, as long as they feed it a goat every now and then. They call it their home now.
Oh. How should the plant enthusiasts be dealt with? A. Remove them by force. B. Get the alchemists to smoke them out. Or C. Leave them alone. What? Aw. Okay. Alright. No DJ helping. I see. Start the vote in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. Ding ding. Alright, voting has closed. Let's start with Granny's hire alchemists who whip up a vast amount of non-toxic but irritating smoke. Lovely, we got some like lovely peaceful stability and less defiance. It works tremendously. The villagers sheepishly return to their homes, coughing and claiming that the Planty McPlantface influenced them into moving into its territory. As for the Planty McPlantface, now that people aren't living in it, the grannies can carry on cutting it back. It takes some doing, but soon it's a little more than a cautionary folktale. And the season. Far in the east, Count Fen is hosting a dinner party in his castle with a few distinguished guests. Actually, fate is not smiling upon us, friend. We failed to win the Spy Master's trust, and she still watches us with an eagle eye. How goes the search for look-alike? Not well, I'm still looking. The best I've found is a peasant with the wrong-shaped nose, the wrong-colored eyes, and a wooden leg. Well, actually, don't let that discourage you. Keep searching. Our doppelgangers out there. I'm sure of it. The Count's aim is to lower the defiance to 4 or less. Alright. These are all your guys' goals. So close to the authority and so close to defiance. Other than that, won the season. Next season on King of the Castle Z. Alright, the Stone Maiden, a troll in the dungeon, requisitioning rare reagents. Rare reagents. Santana, I've come to ask a favor. I recently purchased a very rare reagent for one of my alchemical studies, the pickled finger of an ice giant. Alas, it's been delayed. I was buying it from Chief Seitsu Scarlet. Speak to them about it for me, would you? I'll look into it. Praise the Ninth. Let me know how you fare. You summon Chief Seitsu to the council chambers the next day to talk in private. Seitsu, how do you want to be voiced today? The world may never know. Hello, Your Highness. What can I do for you? I need to buy the pickled finger of an ice giant. Oh, you've come on behalf of your wife, haven't you? Unfortunately, I can't give you the giant's finger just yet. Not like I even want to give it to you in the first place. Get your hands off it, grubby grubber. The giant's remains are sacred to the north. I had to take this one finger in secrecy. Your wife paid quite a lot for the privilege, but not enough. Problem is, some of the other chiefs have suspicions about what I did. They're threatening to have me punished. Now, if you still want this cursed finger, you have to promise to keep me safe. What kind of punishment will you get? Just give me the finger or you'll know the meaning of punishment. I'll guarantee the protection of the crown. I'm not getting involved. Ophelia will just have to do without it. You know what? Here. I guarantee you the protection of the crown. God bless you, Your Highness. You are most wise. Crabs? Crabs? Ophelia receives the giant's finger before week's end. She's most pleased with it. The Chiefs are angered when word gets out of what Chief Seitsu Scarlet has done, but by then, it's too late to do anything about it. Crab Rave. The Stone Maiden. Full take. Did we talk about your voice today? Because we have it. What voice am I doing for you today? Or if you don't care, you know, the usual. Alright. Well, behold, your highness. Well, simply Voltic pulls aside a tarpaulin to reveal a granite statue of the Countess Lake Lochman. The statue is impeccably detailed, its expression is a frozen grimace. A sad sight, is it not? Wait, Fan, Voltic, do you guys know each other? That's not a statue, is it? Astutely observed, your majesty. This is all that remains of my fellow countess. Isn't there a fairy tale about the Stone Maiden? Old woman scared that children with tales of her, yes. She is our walking statue with her burning eyes. All who meet her gaze return to stone. She sleeps for years at a time before waking and terrorizing the kingdom. Sorry, Voltic. Sorry, Fan. For the confusion. Well, she must have ambushed Countess Lake Lochne on her latest walk on the cemetery. Please, your grace, we must do something. Oh. Slay. Sorry, Lake. What can be done to stop the Stone Maiden before she petrifies someone else? We could hire a wizard. You know what? I let you guys have whatever you want to do, and you guys can always change your vote. We'll swing the votes. We'll start the vote in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. Oh, I get a treat. Huzzah! Anyways, voting has closed. Nappy, what do we do today? Banana, grape, orange cream, peppermint, watermelon, raspberry, caramel swirls, cherry, chocolate, green apple, licorice swirl, Neapolitan, cinnamon, root beer float, vanilla, or just shove my hand and find one. And water. Yes, water. Caramel. Okay, hopefully I can find caramel. You sent out word that you need a wizard, and fast. A few days later, one arrives and presents a hideous spectacle indeed. Are you the... I can't tell... Wait. This is root beer float. No. Okay, do I have any caramel? I have to search for it. I'm getting distracted. No, we're just gonna grab this one and hope it's the one. Anyways, the wizard is smoking a smoking ruin of twisted slag. Mouth stretched in a silent scream, carried into your throne room atop a palanquin. He is set down carefully by a team of sickly-looking apprentices. Ah, Gordius. I hear you're having trouble with a woman who turns people to stone. A matter I regretfully have some experience with. I can make... Simply Voltic. No! 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 I failed that so hard! I can make this problem go away for the advertised fee and small sacrifice. All I require is one of the monarch's teeth. What? No way! For what possible reason? But I just remembered to floss. Okay. Going to go find the thing. As I can remember, the board ban doesn't last forever, though. my way to find it. Hmm? What are we talking about? So when word ban happens, I am... Yes. This will make flossing, if anything, easier. No, Nappy. No. We have already done something like that. You survey the worried faces of your nobles, allowing this wizard to pull out royal tooth looks weak, but condemning your citizens look cowardly. I make difficult, yes. For kingdom, yes. One of Gordius's apprentices steps forward and whips out a pair of pliers. It's over in very flash. Ooh. Starred. Or that eerie hurt. Ah, this one. At least Gordius sticks to his promises. Within week, the Stone Maiden's eyes are dark. She is frozen statue once more, and silent. Anna moving with village children dancing around her, and pigeons making messes on her head. Every redemption. So many redemptions. Troll in dungeon. Your Majesty, the Palace Watch are reporting that there's pretty troll downstairs in the kingdom. What's pretty troll? Everybody run for your lives. Violent, brutish creatures. I have no idea how one got into our dungeon, but we better do something about it. I'll, deal with the monster before it hurts anyone. Do it. Do it. Let me talk with the troll instead. Your Majesty, I'm not sure that's wise. Unfortunately, Kitty, Sean pressed the button again. You stride past her and descend into the dungeons. Two watch officers stand guard over the troll, who's snoring in the middle of an empty cell. It seems to have torn a hole in a dungeon wall. Oh, okay. I said A. But luckily time was already over. Oh, I'm glad. I'm so lucky. Alright, guys, it's story time. Also, if you guys want to see an episode of where I failed that so hard, back before I played King of the Castle with my friends, there's actually a clip on YouTube, and I think the clip somewhere here in Twitch, of when one of our friends, Kavu, did the word banning of book, and we didn't know how long it was supposed to last, but Chaos and I had failed saying book for a while. Like, we kept on saying it, and then, like, we kept on changing the punishments. I think I did hot sauce, like a shot of hot sauce at some point, and then, but it was just a really funny time of, like, we can't, just really struggling to say book. And who knew that being in a library, it was so hard to say book. But, okay. How did it even get here in here? Though the catacombs would be my guess, these dungeons all back onto various tunnels and crypts. It must have been this hole on its way in. I say wake up? Offers poking until wakes up. What are the catacombs? Why not? A maze of tunnels and crypts that crisscross the whole city. Impossible to navigate. Most guys who go looking for a tomb never come back these days. I say wake up. You just turn and shout, but the troll barely moves. Officers poke at until it wakes up. I'm sorry. Gingerly, the officers poke the troll with their long pole axes. After a few grumbling grunts, one eye opens.
What? Huh?
Nice to meet you.
Yes, you too. Who are you?
I'm Monarch Santana II.
What? The monarch Santana II. Spirits, I must have not been myself last night.
How did you get in here? I hate I might kill it. What? Okay, how did you get in here?
I'm something of an adventurer. I love spelunking. Didn't expect to wander here though. I was hoping for more ancient artifacts of the Trolden folk or something. Wherever here is.
These are the dungeons of the Royal Palace. Perhaps you could stay here with us? You need to leave? You need to fix the damage you did to my wall? Break into the Monarch's dungeon, will you? Offred said, you know what, perhaps you could stay here with us.
Really? Why?
It's nice and warm in here. I could protect you from being attacked by peasants. I'm sure I could pay you to make use of your skills. Trolls like mushrooms, right? There's plenty of them down here. Wow, stereotyping. Not all trolls like mushrooms. I can protect you from being attacked by peasants?
Well, that's a really nice offer from you, your importantness, but I think I'd rather just be getting out of your way.
Alright, 50-50, guys. Wait, can't leave without reporting the damage you did.
Sorry, but I really should be going. Good evening and all that.
With that, the creature lumbers out of the room, right through the hole he created, and back into the catacombs beyond. You order someone to patch it up, and then get back to your bed for some much-needed shut-eye. It's been a very strange night. Oh, how sad. Ding ding. Alright.
You said you had a surprise for me. Indeed, here it is. Behold. Your Grace. Actually, what are you doing here at such an hour? Quit babbling, you blowhard. This isn't the monarch, it's a peasant who's the monarch's spitting image. Blood and stars. And just in time, the spy master trusts us, and we can move to the next phase, kidnapping the monarch, putting this fool in their place. How do we manage that? We actually need the kingdom and utter chaos. Bad enough that the monarch's abduction can slip past unnoticed. For the next stage of this scheme, the counts must lower stability to 4 or less than 2 seasons. Oh, that's a really high. You guys have a fun time counts. That stability is spicy. Alright, it is time, everybody, for an auction. If you don't know how much money you have, I can say that real quick. Fen has 750, Volptic you have 850, Kitty you have 899, Hat Bun you have 900, Caustic you have 1100, Sean 1900, Nampy 1949, Bunny 2400, Lake 2700, and Tatsu, you're rich 4600. Other than that, we'll start the auction in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. I never got to eat my candy, just realized. Time's up. Alright, we funded a monument for more authority, and Lake, we funded a stadium. Vacancy looms.
Like, the treasury is like almost empty, Your Highness.
What should we do?
Well, like, apart from like raising taxes, we have like precious few options. You could like get a bank loan, or sell off the crown jewels, or maybe perhaps crack open some of your predecessors' tombs. Most were like buried with like piles of gold, or so I've heard.
Alright, Tetsu. Our authority's already horrible as it is. Time to crack open some tombs, yeah. Cracking for coffee and juice, yeah.
Like, that buried gold isn't doing anyone good, is it? And time to desecrate some graves, yes. Cup and juice, drop it, juice, yes.
Your order, you order the royal mausoleums dug into and looted. The result is quite a bounty. Gold masks, heaps of gold, precious jewels. Not everyone is as practical as your treasurer. However, the church denounced you as a grave robber. Nobles and peasants alike are disgusted by your greed. About my heir, about my child. Your marriage to Ophelia has grown strong and steady like an old castle wall. Though it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. It's high time you thought about an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair, but something's still missing. You need an heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard or the youngest of your many cousins. One of those things you could deal and have with. My wife and I will have a child together. That's the choice because we've fallen in love. The traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can get down to business. Or in the East, that's what we do. Ah, yes, that is my roommate. Your Highness, a monster. Wait, I know your voice was something more of like. Your Highness, a monster has been stalking my farms at night, smashing down the doors of cottages and feasting on the peasants inside. Sounds ghastly. How many victims? How many victims? Dozens, Your Grace. Only a few have survived the attacks. The survivors tell you a garbled story about flaming fangs amid a mountain of blood-soaked fur. How should the council deal with the monster in the east? Well, these are all fun. I guess we'll just do that and have fun. We'll start the vote with ding ding like that. No, 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 no. No furries around. No, 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 no. Voting has closed. The regiment marches in circles for weeks through swamps and mud, but fails to hunt down the elusive beast. When they return, many soldiers appear to have brought back some manner of disease from the bog. The coughing, pale, and too weak to hold the swords. Meanwhile, the monster's attacks continue to menace the east. You hear reports that no longer confines the attacks to the nighttime. Soon, peasants oft too far afraid to tend the crops which lie and rotting in the fields. Oh my, indeed. Alright, let's end the season with a ding dong. Alright, everything's back to normal. Oh, okay, a prediction, comet sighting, and what's this? Swan trouble. You're enjoying a quiet game of croquet with Ophelia when Chief Seitsu marches across your lawn, arm in a sling. Acts of my ancestors! Look at what your foul beasts have done to me. My foul beasts? My foul beasts? My foul beasts? Ah, your greatness. Don't pretend there's anything fair about those creatures. By the ninth, Chief Seitsu. Spit it out. What happened to you? I was having a lovely stroll in my deer park when I was ambushed by the feathery white swan of the seventh god himself. Broke my arm with one blow with it from its swing. As monarch, you have owned every swan in the kingdom. You're responsible for this injury. I demand justice. Technically, you do own all the swans in the kingdom, your majesty. That's been a law for at least 100 years. But I'm not sure this means you're responsible for the actions of said swans. Of course it does, you buffoon. Alright. What should be done to compensate Chief Seitsu for the swan-related injury? Alright. I'm happy with whatever you guys pick, so start the vote in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding.
Ding ding. Alright, voting has closed, guys. That's right, your greatness. If you can't keep the Kingdom swans under control, we'll take them away. With their royal protection removed, a booming trade begins in northern swan rearing. Swan tongues are eaten, and for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Alright, comet sighting. Oh, a blood-red comet was spotted in the night sky over the north, your majesty. The common folk are claiming it as a terrible omen. The common folk are on the verge of panic. Is there anything I can do? Oh, well. I tell the church it's supposed to be based on superstitions. No faith. I'll tell them nothing to worry about, or lower stability even more. I'll tell them there's nothing to worry about. Deliver a speech reassuring the peasants of the north that the comet isn't a good or bad thing, just a thing probably the ninth god riding a chariot or whatever. Unfortunately, the peasants don't believe a word of it. The reassurance only panicked them further. For a few weeks, the north is gripped by panic. Riots breaking out in the streets, soothsayers spawn in the land, foretelling the doom. Maybe, but needed lower stability. Prediction. Caustic, what was your voice again? I don't know why, but I'm blanking for some reason. I'm blanking today, and I'm sorry, everybody. Ah. Your Majesty, excellent news from beyond the sky. As your Majesty knows, I'm an amateur astronomer. I have seen that a solar eclipse is on its way. Visible from the north, we must encourage the kingdom to gather beneath the dark sun and experience this once-in-a-lifetime event.
Michael the Ninth, eh? An eclipse is a warning from the Ninth God. A sign that kingdom has fallen into shadow. All the nobles start talking at once. Some are excited, some are horrified, but all are very loud. How should the kingdom prepare for its eclipse? Vote with me and you get money. Just saying. We'll start the vote in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. Because remember, why are we giving the chiefs some from faith? They don't believe in it. There's no reason. Oop. Isabel. You gotta learn how to stand straight, girl. You can't just fall. Alrighty, voting has closed. Some of the chiefs grumble that the council isn't taking the impending solar event seriously, but even the grumpiest have to admit that concentrating on their terrestrial assets yields a decent bounty. Alright, end of that season. In the darkest depths of the eastern forest, Count Fenton has gathered his fellow plotters around a mossy stone obelisk. The kingdom's not exactly peaceful, but actually, there's still no way we could stage the abduction of the monarch without being noticed. We need chaos! The Count's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less. Alright, we end the year. Ding. Alright, laughing stock, magical something, magical request,
And the true monster. Magical request. Huh. A wizard calling himself Scrampton keeps sending these dreadful letters. They smell of rotting fish. They stank and dissolve into seawater as soon as they are read. He demands access to the north on the day of the eclipse. He will use the power of the darkened sun for some special magic. But wizards are trouble. Alright, should a wizard be allowed to use the power of the solar eclipse? Pay the chief to host Scrampton? Let Scrampton do whatever he wants? Or force Scrampton to pay the privilege for using the eclipse's power? Alright. We'll start the vote in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. I just want to live. Because every time you guys want to knock me out of power, you guys want to slaughter me. Just saying. Oh. A decent amount of gold soothes Chief Caustic Caffeine's worries. Scrampton travels to the north, a trail of brine and moldy seaweed in his wake. I don't know what happens to the Grandees. Campy? Bunny? Sean? Where did everybody go? Meanwhile, the eclipse approaches. Your Majesty, the acclaimed playwright Montague Crawforth has written another smash hit. Sorry, what was it? Your Majesty, the acclaimed playwright Montague Crawforth has written another smash hit. All the theaters in the capital are showing it nightly. Maybe. Who knows? Because, I mean, it is past time to sleep, I guess. Wonderful. I love his work. Oh, sure. So do I. So does everyone. But the problem is that the new play features a character obviously based on you. And I'm wearing homage? How delightful. You must understand me, Your Highness. That character is played by a professional clown named Biffo. At one point, a bucket of custard is up and over their head as they sit on the throne. Oh. Huh. I thought I only had an ad for, like, the beginning. If there's an ad throughout, I'm so sorry. I don't think I'll go myself. A shocked silence falls in the theater as heralds announce your arrival. You wave from the royal box as the actors stare up at you, clearly horrified. What are you waiting for? The show must go on. The play begins. Soon enough, the clown monarch arrives on stage, comically tripping on their own robes. They somehow find an actor who looks just like you. Endless humiliations are heaped on this honking, squeaking parody. Finally, the play concludes with the custard-drenched monarch handing their crown to a deserving hero. As the eyes turn to you, how do you react? Climb onto the stage. The actors shrink away from you. The audience are deadly silent. Everyone's terrified of what you'll do next. Congratulate the actors on a hilarious play. The audience break out into relieved cheers. The actors bow before you, weeping from gratitude. After that, the whole capital can talk about nothing but your cute humor and mercy. Alright, and I think that's the... Oh, nope. Remember when I came to you with the word of a monster preying upon peasants in the east? It's difficult to forget. You'll have to remind me. I've drunk a lot of wine since then. You remind me. Well, a hideous monster was laying peasants throughout the land, Your Highness. I have reasons to believe that the culprit may be one of my fellow counts. Countess Lake Lockney II, to be precise. Peasants believe that Countess Lake Lockney II transforms into a colossal bloodthirsty beast once every 7 nights. Okay.
Only in legend King Kavik II was said to turn into such a beast and slaughter his servants at night. But in the day, he was a mild-mannered best baby duck, and had no memory of his crimes. Perhaps the same is true here. What should I do? Pray, do not call a public vote on the matter. It would embarrass Countess late Lockney II greatly for no reason.
What flavor, Fen? We got taffy. So banana, raspberry, licorice, grape, caramel swirl, Neapolitan, orange cream, cherry, cinnamon, peppermint, chocolate, green apple, watermelon, vanilla, root beer float. And hope I can find it, because maybe I've eaten all the one flavors. Orange cream. Do I have orange cream in here? Yeah, I do. It's right here. Aha. Easy find. No, this matter should be put to a vote. The council, of course, is shocked at the revelation that Countess Lake Lockney II is responsible for the horrors in the East. Infamy, libel, I am innocent. How should the council respond to the accusations against Countess Lake Lock? We'll start the vote in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. I've... Voting time at 3. Welcome back, Sutsu. When your knights arrive to arrest Countess Lake Lockney II, they're attacked by an enormous beast with coal black fur and claws like scythes. It slays dozens of knights, and once finally wounded beyond recovery, it turns back into human shape. Countess Lake Lockney II lies on the floor, frail and limp and soaked in blood. Please, release me of my curse. Slay, I guess. Slay! A knight ends Lake Lockney II's life in a single but brutal axe blow. Your Majesty, I wish we could have found a better way. Oh, Countess Lake Lockney II may have been a monster, but she still had no blood and deserved better treatment. Alright, to the third child. Alright, Lake, let's see you have a third child. Ding dong. Imagine these upstarts are saying they have a right to your throne. Okay, these are all your guys' goals, just to check it up again. We end the season. My heir? Okay. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Should I die? Ask that my crown be passed down to... All's nervous to feel silent. My child. The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your Greatness, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your child? What is your name? Santana III. The good gods, Your Majesty. I'm sure little Santana III will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Congratulations on finding an heir. Now you just need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from the Spy Master soon. A plot uncovered. I've held off
held her off as long as I can, Your Majesty, but Chief Hatbun insists on an audience.
The question is, where is Hatbun? Hatbun, you still around?
Apparently, it concerns the end of the world, though privately I think she's gone off the deep end.
We've not much time, Your Majesty. Let me present to you my grand theory of what I call the Schematica Maxima. Who? Of course you persecute me. This fits right to my model. The rock goes all the way to the top. Before she can continue, the palace watch yank her away with enthusiasm. Surprisingly, the rest of the chiefs barely react to the rest, instead looking quite relieved. Alright, Hatbun the second. And deceased. Oh my gosh, the elderly Chief Marjata account's cousin many times like removed. Chief to Charlotte died in her sleep last week. She was like nearly 99, would you believe? And why are you telling me this? Better in the website yet. I love that one. Oh my god, like indeed, Your Majesty, she like stayed at home in the north most of the time, like enjoying herself. I wish I could do that, but I have to work for you. But she could have like spent more time on her accounts. She like died without a will, and like the nobles are scrabbling for her estate. Chief Marjata was my relative. I wrote to her at least once a year. Of course, the estate should be mine.
Well, my late great-grandfather used to play backgammon with her. He swore she intended to leave it to our family.
By Morgana's college, that's a pitiful claim. Alright, whose claim to the estate is legitimate? I'm fine with whatever you guys do. Do whatever you guys feel, alright? Yeah. We'll start the vote in 3, 2, 1. Voting has closed. Constantly Voltage shakes their head, muttering with their friends about favoritism in the council. But Chief Setsu, Scarlet, and the other chiefs are delighted that they even send you and the treasurer a gift basket as a token of their appreciation. Setsu's even richer. Setsu has $5,650. Coins. Whatever money we got. Alright, end of the season. Gone. Back in the north of Chief Kitty's clan hall, a congregation of god speakers huddle around the tablets. Ah, praise Morgana. The tablets are genuine. Well, then the gods are good. We are blessed, and Lagartha will be our queen. All hail the Lord Render. Cheers circle the clan hall. A mug of ale is tipped over Lagartha's head. The influence of the old gods is spreading. We must ensure we keep the old ways of the north alive, and surely Morgana will bless us with the power of a crown Lagartha. For the next stage of the chief's scheme, they must lower their faith to 4 or less in 4 seasons. Down the south, Granny Nappy is practicing their swordplay, cutting a dummy to ribbons. Suddenly, the sky turns black. A flash of light, a boom of thunder, and a figure stands where the charred scraps of the dummy used to be. I am Athmoral, Wizard of the Storm. Speak your piece, mortal, and be quick. I might thought we might have a common goal. The monarch has been overstepping their bounds recently, haven't they? This is undeniably true. Watching from the clouds, I have observed many grave injustices committed by the monarch's minions. Technically, the precepts of magic forbid me from intervening, but alas, my colleagues abandoned that rule long ago.
I suppose I gain nothing from keeping to it still. One thing, though, you must deal with the bees on my behalf.
Did you say bees?
Yes, on this plane, they're simple insects, but in the apiary, the world of dreams and magic, they're powerful and intelligent. Call themselves the dreams of being. They have an innate fondness for royalty, and sometimes protect monarchs from magical interference, but they won't harm non-magical folk beyond the occasional sting, so you can deal with them.
For the next stage of their scheme, the Grandies must lower all regions combined farming to 14 or less in 4 seasons. Alrighty, it's your favorite time of the season, an auction. Well, alright. We'll start the auction in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. And if you need to know how much you guys have, it's over here. Seitu can basically just buy everything they want and we're fine. Bunny, you're back. Welcome back from food. Alright, time's up. Buildings funded, more stability. Our stability is so high. Do we even get anything from it? And farming. No, Sean, remember, you're a grandee. They're the chiefs. The chiefs want little faith. Alright, wizardly power, your ambition, and urgent meeting. Ambition.
At the start of your reign, you said you want...
At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be the part of the nation. Yeah, okay, I can do that for next time. You're doing well, okay. This is our first time ever doing well on a goal. You're well on your way to reaching that goal. The peasants, are thriving and well fed, and they think of you fondly. Well done, your majesty. Yes. But to shut down your noble scheming for good, we need to build on that reputation. Your advisors have some ideas.
The common folk are a sleeping giant that even the nobles are afraid to wake. If you become beloved by the peasants, the nobles won't dare overthrow you for fear of revolution.
Or, you could declare war on the Ashpedian Empire. The nobles will forget their schemes if you win. Military? What military? What do we love? Why not?
No wise decision, your majesty. I'll begin recruiting town criers to shout about your achievements to the masses. But first, you need some actual achievements. Your priority is to raise the kingdom's stability, and overall, farming as much as you can. And of course, there can't be open rebellion among rebels, the nobles.
Hey, I think so too, that I've been getting a lot better since the beginning. I don't remember if you were there for the beginning, but when I first started like playing this game, let's see. First time was sacrificed and burnt by the counts. Second time rebellion, or one of those switched up, and then I was losing for a hot minute. But these past few games, like, I've been winning more often lately. Anyways, wizard power. In the capital, the solar eclipse does little except make the day a little gray, but the north is a different story. That too. But also, like, I understand a bit better, like, what to do than what I once was. Because when I started at the beginning, I think I focused way too much on the characters, and now it's like, I can view the game and view the characters at the same time.
Your Majesty, it was glorious. Scrampton stood beneath the dark sun. When he stretched out his arms, he was engulfed in a tornado of salt water, but stood there and laughed. In the end, the water vanished and more shells and coral erupted from his flesh. But he drew oyster pearls from the earth with a mere nod and handed them over as a reward. Gosh, say it serious. Stop getting richer. You keep getting more and more money. In the end, the water vanished and more shells and coral erupted from his flesh. But he drew oyster pearls from the earth with a mere nod and handed them out as a reward. Then everybody wins, right?
Well, that's not all. Scrampton has set up around your tallest church, saying that it's his new tower for his experiments. It's sacrilege, right?
Your Majesty,
Your Majesty, we should handle this carefully. Scrampton will cause even more trouble if he's in a bad mood.
Maybe not.
I suggest we trick him into leaving, perhaps with a juicy rumor about the magic city of Sarakan. What? God, we don't even know if that would work. I just want some of the treasure those chiefs got from the damn wizard.
Alrighty. Send southern troops to chase him away, order the chiefs to compensate for their grand magical damage, or use that to lure him away. I'm just gonna veto this and accept anything else. We'll start the vote in 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. Only A or B, guys. Maybe. Ding. Voting has closed. Unfortunately, the soldiers come down with a nasty case of drowning on dry land. Grannies are furious. Also, Sean, is everything okay? Because, you've had to join a couple of times. Is everything alright on your end? Still, the chiefs praise your even-handed way of dealing with the situation. They even send you a little gift as a treat. Shannon remains in the church of Aranjar for weeks. The peasants nearby report the foul smell of rotting fish and oily brine oozing from the building foundations as he conducts his grisly experiments. An urgent meeting. One evening at dinner with the queen of consort, Ophelia, the spy master strolls into the room. She gently places a sheaf of papers at your elbow. What's this? You could just knock. A new satirical poets surfaced. Your Majesty, they call
Themselves, the Sapphire. It could even be a group my ages haven't unearthed much more than that. Ophelia.
Leaves through the papers.
Whoever they are, they've got quite the incisive turn of phrase. Rather ingenious, I must say.
Oh.
The spy master...
The Sapphire mostly turns their ire toward the Counts of the East. Rampant and cruel hit the Counts of the East. Torment won't soothe the terrible beast.
Ha, I like it. It's terrible.
You may think so, but these poems are becoming hugely popular. The Sapphire holds the Counts responsible for the lack of robust military in the area.
They do have a point.
If this carries on, the Counts may pressure the Crown to step in, while the people of the East may grow discontented.
This should be investigated.
Of course, I'll put more of my ages on the situation. The Spy Master bows, leaving you and Ophelia to your dinner.
Alright, we end the season. Time for taxes! Bribe. More tax. Middle tax. We're good. Hey, you guys have the money. I can tax it. Right? Yeah, let's check out my mission. My mission, beloved.
Your Majesty, the common folk are swayed as easily as a dandelion in a gale. I'm confident that we can make them adore you. This will be the biggest public relations campaign the kingdom has ever seen. You'll tour the kingdom giving speeches, and town criers will acclaim your great deeds from every corner.
Is it now? I guess it might be. Can we do things to actually help the people?
The nobles would never accept it. You need to secure your hold on power. Then you can pass whatever reforms you like.
A few days later, the chancellors helped me prepare for your first big speech. The peasants demand my presence. You're hustled out onto your palace balcony, below which a sea of expectant unwashed faces gaze upon you. As you step out into view, they erupt in cheers, hats are thrown into the air, someone faints with joy. Everywhere you've gone, you've met with the same reception. The public like you, they really like you. But you need to turn that into love. Give your speech. As you launch into your speech, the peasants hang onto your every word. The crowd grows and grows. When you wrap up, the peasants cheering so loud you're nearly knocked over. I did it, Chancellor.
You did. Now let's take this show on the road.
Over the next few weeks, you travel all over the kingdom, delivering the same speech through packed venues. Everywhere you go, you're greeted by cheers and applause. Things are going wonderfully.
Things are going wonderfly. The common folk of the East even want to throw you a surprise banquet to celebrate your achievements.
How delightful. I'm not a party person. If it's a surprise party, why are you telling me?
If I've learned anything as Chancellor, it's that surprises should be avoided. That is a sign that you're a true monarch of the people, Your Majesty. This has nothing to do with the nobles, it's all about the ordinary folk, the salt of the earth.
So when is this banquet?
I trust we'll hear from the East soon.
After a few weeks, the Chancellor sidles into your office looking very pleased with themselves.
Your Majesty, the townsfolk of the East are ready for you to visit.
What do the counts think of this?
They only just found out about it. What are they going to do? Disinvite the monarch?
You make your preparations to leave. Although it's meant to be a surprise, you may as well bring some essential luxuries. Your wife Ophelia steps up into the carriage and settles beside you, giving you a kiss on the cheek. What an excellent day. This will be truly delightful, my dear.
This is very nice, don't you think?
I just want my banquet. I'm hungry.
I've brought some snacks for you in the meantime, Your Majesty.
Yay! Carrot snacks! Carrot snacks! Little Santana III makes the Chancellor play increasingly undignified make-believe games on the journey. You finally arrive in the eastern capital. Everywhere the people line the streets and hang out the windows cheering your procession. Count Fen stalks up to you and bows. His smile is very rigid.
Actually, greetings, Your Grace. How good to see you. Surprise.
By the ninth god, I had no idea this was happening.
The eastern peasants have decided they support the crown so much that they've put on a party in your honor.
Goodness, I'm overcome.
Yes, that's quite understandable. It was quite a surprise for all of us.
Voices of praise follow you as you travel to the banquet hall. Townsfolk throw flower petals in your path. Count Fen's face is like thunder. When you enter the banquet hall, the national anthem strikes up and even more cheering rises. The hall is filled with eastern townsfolk, but there are also common folk from all across the kingdom. Northern warriors bellow their support. The Chancellor looks stunned.
I had no idea everyone had got together for this.
Let's party. Food. 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 The people roar in uproar. Approval. You spend a week in the east feasting and drinking and eating Gnosis docks with the commoners. Oh yeah, there's no Gnosis! Aw, wish Gnosis was around. But you can't be on holiday forever. Eventually return to the capital where the council is in session. Nobles are arguing again.
By Oddhild's horn, we must have coin from the treasury. I found an ancient law stating that the North is entitled to funds from northern sporting activities. No, actually, we need gold for our businesses. The peasants aren't working hard enough and we're losing momentum. You think back to the gathered peasants, tradespeople, merchants, all cheering for you. So many of them cheering for you. Make your own money, you have enough. Be quiet, let me make a decision. Time for a change. I'm bringing the peasants into the council. Be quiet and let me make the decision. Nobles gasp and mutter amongst themselves. You hear one of them saying something nervously about the commoners. The commoners. The commoners are coming. Yeah, actually, yes, your highness, of course. Even after a single day, it becomes clear the nobles are running scared. You have so much support from the ordinary people across the kingdom that the nobles have realized just how outnumbered they really are. Council sessions become smooth, quiet, and efficient as you sweep through any objections. The kingdom grows truly harmonious. Even your crowning feels lighter on your head when you put it on each morning. Wow, stability is so high. Hey, we got more money in the treasury. Let's go. Your reign stretches out in front of you, full of hope and ready for a bright future. The monarch is victorious. GG's, everybody. Anyways, all that remained of the count's attempt to usurp the crown was a prisoner, deep under the castle, clad in an iron mask shrouded in rumor. The chiefs decided that the time must not have been ripe. The prophecy was quietly forgotten by all except the god speakers who waited for the right omens to rise again. The attempt to woo Alphamoral to the southern cause was doomed to failure. Eventually, the wizard, bored of these mortal quabbles, flew up in the clouds, leaving Grandy Nampy without help. It's nice to be loved, especially when you're loved by an entire kingdom. Monarch Santana II rode a surge of public adoration for another 15 years of caressing, feasting, and popular reform, which were promptly undone after the passing, but the peasants thought it was nice while it lasted. Actually, I think I've already gotten, like, farm before. I don't remember that I did, but I did. 2 years and 9 months. I wonder what the longest game is so far. But I think one game is enough for tonight. I was planning to play League, but I don't think I'll do that because I won't have enough time. But we'll see, actually. Let's see. 5 games, let's say, we can try. But that's enough for the council for tonight. I'll take a small break, and I'll probably play a different game. Thank you to those who came by. Thank you, Ben, for following, and thank you, Sean, as well. And if you're not followed, please feel free to follow. It'd be nice because you get notifications, or you'll see when next time I play King of the Castle, and you can join next time. But other than that, thank you everybody for coming. Thanks, Caustic Caffeine, for the follow. And if you see this on YouTube, thanks for watching. Come on, please feel free to come on to Twitch, because you never know what game we might play. I think tomorrow, we'll see. There might be some King of the Castle, there might be some Lethal Company. We'll see what I dive into. But yeah. Thank you for coming, and have a good time zone. Deuces.